A Demure Proposal. For preventing the poor, crippled and mentally unfit from being a burden on their families and community, and for making them beneficial to the public at large. By Dr. Joseph Baines, 1st edition. Speaking in cold, hard terms, it is a simple fact that there are some people who cannot contribute to society. Be they dull-witted, physically incapable, or afflicted with a nebulous hopelessness that can only be defined as mental anguish. Some people, whether by circumstance or their own design, are a net negative to the human race. The working poor, whilst overproducing children, have also succeeded in losing their value to immortal machines. Artificial intelligence requiring no breaks, food, pay, medicine, or love, represent our greatest triumph over the limitations placed on us in the material world. Consider the heart of the American dream, so perfectly aligned with Christian ethics: sacrifice. Sacrifice and suffering are rewarded by the system. Whether you're pinching pennies as a dutiful housewife, or have volunteered to offer the greatest sacrifice as an infantryman, we all have to give things up to make America work. But what can the wretched provide? I contend that the weak and the meek can also step up and make the greatest sacrifice, and rebuild our fractured national family. For this, they should be viewed as fierce patriots and masters of their own destiny. The unhoused, unskilled, autistic and insane together comprise demographics which have, until recent times, served at best as roughage for the American machine. Although polite society has endeavored to provide some civic responsibility or at least containment for these people, today they are an indefensible drain and, in fact, a criminal threat. An idle mind is the devil's workshop. They fill our prisons and become lifelong dependents of the private corrections system and our healthcare system. The people with the most abstract and obtuse of mental disease, such as autism or schizophrenia, require the most management and can give nothing for it. Addicts who sell and abuse their own bodies crowd emergency rooms, alongside their victims, families, children. Babies, murdered by abortion or born dangerously underweight, addicted, and abandoned. Courts are not psychiatric clinics. Asylums are not convalescence homes for the delusional and dull-witted. I must also say this. They are not places to pen humans shoulder to shoulder like livestock. There must be a more humane way to honor and serve these poor souls. And there is. People with no self-esteem, self-respect, ambition, spirit or love of God and country, if they have no stake in even themselves, let alone society, and they want to die, let them. Grant them the agency to make the most important decision of their lives. If they believe the world would be better off without them, why argue, rather than embracing them? Suicidal ideation is a symptom of an underlying condition with existential complexities. Listen to the sufferer. The answer isn't free room and board, nor fistfuls of pills with degrading side effects. The proposal to end this pain and this burden is to legalize assisted suicide for a period of no more than 2 years, after which it will be recriminalized. This moratorium will allow adults who wish to end their lives legally to move smoothly through the proper channels, counseling, and eventual process of death. All procedures can be carried out within existing healthcare infrastructure. As mentioned earlier, it is important for the sake of the unwell and their loved ones that this movement be viewed as a validation of their infirmities. Celebrate what their sacrifice will mean for us. It will be society's ultimate act of love and grace to acknowledge the sick and aid them in their ultimate choice. Heroes, one and all, to be memorialized as such. The benefits will be felt across every sector. Prices, crime, crowded housing and schools, traffic, unemployment, and an easing on all our other public services. Deep tax cuts. Even tax credits for the loved ones of the suicided, much like a veteran's widow. Given this would be a wholly voluntary process, it would not be offensive to observe that this 2-year period could cleanse the human gene pool for all races, globally. If Americans want to die, let them. Help them. This could be a liberation for all. And we can feed their processed carcasses to those who refuse to get off their couches and die honorably. No one is useless.